Hey, welcome back to the third episode of In the Conservatory. Thanks for coming back and watching us again. I'm Tags, with me is TJ, and we're lucky enough to have a guest with us tonight, Jake Lowry. Jake, welcome.
How you going, guys? Pleasure to be here.
Pleasure's all ours. TJ, you were promising me a female tonight though.
Yeah, Tags. I've had as much luck as when I was trying to court people. You have just no luck at all.
Yeah, so I think if you recall at the end of the last episode, you said that we needed a female on to attract the audience and the likes and all that, and I made that your task, and you got Jake, so anyway, well done.
No, you know why, Tags? Because I watch Jake most days, and he's the most man on the phone that I've ever seen in my life, so obviously he's got a lot of friends, so he will put our word out there.
So our picks last week, Terry, how did you feel you went?
Tags, I think most of my picks went not too bad. I think they went a bit better than yours actually, but I was a bit in the 1800 metre race, the man running. I was very disappointed with the run the man got. He's a good rider, but he just let the other jocks just push him out. But I think he's learnt from a mistake, and he'll go forward from that. The Canterbury Bell was a good race. It was pretty roughly run. I'd like to ask Jake a bit more about that.
Typical 3-year-old race, really. Crash and dash. The winner's a good filly. Pins filly of a Group 1 place mare, 7 shillings. You know, going forward to the 1,000 guineas, you'd think she'd be the leading hope for the South Island. Hopefully taking the same route as Ladiosa or something like that, but no, she's pretty impressive.
I did mention that last week. I think I was talking to you before the episode, Terry, about the Canterbury Bell. I wrote on it years ago, and I think it's one of the things I'd picked up while I was writing.
We definitely did discuss that, Tags, and I'm pretty sure I picked the winner.
We both picked the winner.
Yeah,
I'd like to put it on the record. We both picked all 4 winners. So
yeah, so perfect day.
Yeah, perfect result. And the other thing is, I just did the maths. I think if you had put $1 a win on each of our picks, you would have made a tidy return of just over $24 for your $12 investment. So
that's good going. It's better than the bank gives you, Tags.
Exactly, double money. So be happy with that.
Exactly.
Well, TJ, we're lucky we've got a special guest here tonight. Jake, thank you for joining us. I know you said earlier on it's an honour, but really the honour is all ours because we had no one last week.
Yeah, that's what happens, isn't it, Tags?
Yeah, well, I think we need to get a production manager or someone on board to help us out. That was my fault. Like I said earlier, TJ, I did set you a challenge of getting some females on board. But anyway, no, we're really glad you're here. You're following on from Shanker on the episode 1.
Tough act to follow.
I'm sure you'll cope. What we're going to do, we're going to play this little game. We're going to ask you 10 quick-fire questions. Terry, TJ, we're going to take one each. You've got to answer them as quick as you can. I'm going to start.
Yep.
I don't know how we're going to do this because I don't know if I can come up with 5 questions on the spot real quick or keep count of them. But we'll give it a shot and see what happens. First one, name.
Jake.
Favourite food?
Steak.
Age.
20.
Favourite horse?
Tommy Tucker.
Relationship status.
Taken. Shout out to Nat.
Tinder?
No, don't know what I mean.
Facebook.
Yeah, Jake Lowry.
Favourite house you've lived in?
176 Milner's Road, BJ's house.
Perfect.
And favourite racecourse.
Riccarton.
One more to go, TJ.
Best airline you've flown with?
Emirates.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, mate. So for this episode, guys, we're going to be covering the Gore Racing Club meeting on Friday the 26th. The track conditions down there are very heavy, probably as heavy as your last 4 a.m. pickup, Jake.
Oh, the track shouldn't be too bad then.
Oh, jeepers.
I know, so we're going to go straight into it. We're going to cover the quaddie. That's the 4 races, 4 consecutive races. So if you were going to have a bet, if you took the quaddie, you've got to get the 4 winners. And hopefully big results here. I'm rambling, but anyway, I'm going to get straight on. Race 4, the Hokanui Contracting Muriel Ankier Handicap 1200 metres. Terry, what do you like in this race?
Well, actually, Tags, I've done a little bit of study, and I like full as a brim, Tags. It's
Full to the brim.
Full to the brim. Sorry, it's a filly fledged gelding. Races well on a fresh state. It's only one run back, so. And a very, very likeable jockey is on the horse, Kayli Salvin. So I rate him my best tip. I've gone with the Tony and Jonker ridden Omar for second, and for fourth I put the Chris Johnson Kerry King horse in for third. Tapinisma.
Okay, well, I think, with TJ, you're busting my ball so far in the pick, so I'm going to put Nutquacker on top, just because of the name. AJT, my second pick, one last start on a slow track at Riccarton, led and never really gave up. I thought it was quite an impressive run. It's going to be heavy there again, so, right in its element. And Rock Leone, I think it could be excused for the run last time at Oamaru. It was, wide all the way and had to work quite hard. Before that, its form had been pretty good. So, my picks, 10, 6 and 3.
No worries, Tags. Does Jake, what would you? Well, if you wanted to have a ride in that race, which horse would you like to ride?
I'll be on the 5 horse, Bell Hope. Pretty stiff last start. Never really got a good run at them and made good ground late. So
it did actually. I watched the replay of that. It went all right. Yep, no, dead right. And obviously, Snow Prince would he wouldn't be taken down there unless he thought it would handle the track.
Oh, most definitely.
So the second race we're covering tonight is going to be race 5 on the card, the Croydon Contracting 1200. TJ, what do you like?
Well, Tags, this is an ordinary. Well, not an ordinary. It's a lot of horses having fresh up runs, and I've gone with the season runner Timmy Tyler ahead of. Thought that because he's trained at Gore and he should go well. And I've gone with the 6 Epic Dreamer, only because it's got allowance on it, and I thought it should go well.
TJ, I'm right with you on those picks, so I'm going 4, 5 and 6 as well. Timmy Tyler. Jake, you won the Winter Cup in the Copeland's Bakery Mile Trial on that. I don't think it's won a race since. I'd almost be suggesting you need to get back on the horse.
Here we go.
Epic Dreamer, it's got a good heavy track form. And I picked it last time when it got well beaten, and so I'm going to give it another chance. Thought that first up since April, but it, home track and good draw. So.
Hey, Tax. Not even all the weight Timmy Tyler's got, 55.5.
You could do that, Jake.
Yeah.
I think the Jack Frost hat would have to be cut off at shoulder length.
So the third race we're covering tonight is the Davis Shearing Maiden 1335. TJ, what do you like here? Spates, obviously.
Spates, mate. But no, I'm going breakdance. I've got a rock and pop and work, and I rate it quite high. A little few issues, but she's a nice filly. Then I am going the Stephen Prince Lord Hercules. Jake's ridden that its first start. Did you ride its second start too, Jake? It's got the ability to be very hard to beat.
Hopefully you're going to ride it in the third start too.
And
I'm riding.
And then I'm going by Magic. Its form's all right. Like they're probably. I toss up between the 3 and the 4.
Yeah, TJ, I think we're working off the same sheet here because I've gone those same numbers. Breakdance, beaten by a good horse last time, getting home late, but it was well beaten. The winner deserved to win, but I think it might appreciate the extra distance. By Magic, buffeted at the start a bit at Riccarton, got well back, but further back than usual. So, I give it another chance. And Lord Hercules, it's got Jake on board. So
yeah, well, it's always a bonus, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So the last race we're covering tonight is the Livestock Supplies 1355. TJ?
Well, Tex, this is it's cool. It's sprung up a field that like there's a lot of form and a lot of not bad horses. You know, Nesta had a huge season last season. The Zakar one good last start. The Precious one, well, obviously it's probably going to be on better my day, but you know, I'm just hoping she handles the heavy track there. Obviously she's done a lot of work. Obviously Claire wouldn't take her down there unless she was happy with the horse, so I'm going it as my bet of the day by Zakar to run second, and Wild Jack will run third, I think.
Okay, TJ, so the Tsar, it was a good win last time at Wingatui, so I'm with you on that. The Precious one, you know, hasn't raced since May, but it's a well-bred horse. I don't know how it's going to cope with the heavy track, and I'm going for a real roughie here. The Bumper, for no other reason other than I need to try to get some points up on you.
Well, obviously you got an allowance in, haven't you?
So that's our review of Gore Racing Club's meeting on Friday, TJ. Again, it's been a pleasure, the end of our third episode.
Well, it's been great, Dave. It's great to get Jake here. Unfortunately, Gore, it's an average meeting, isn't it? It's terrible meeting. Like the track's heavy. It's going to be hard to win. You know, it wasn't exciting as last week at Christchurch, mate.
It's an industry day, though. I mean, it's for the...
It does, but unfortunately we have a lot of industry days down here, so you know, it's hard when the track gets wet.
Yeah.
At this time of the year.
It is. And Jake, thank you for joining us.
Not a problem.
Been a pleasure.
Hope I've done the job.
You know, you've done a top job, and we'll get you back. And make sure you share us.
Yeah, I'll get on to that, yeah.
Fantastic. And just remember, we have set up a new YouTube channel. It's called In the Conservatory. Do subscribe and keep track. I've moved the other videos or episodes over to that channel. And yeah, see us again next week. Thanks for joining us.